Hello, I'm Doug Edwards, Director of the Psychiatry and Behavioral Health Learning Network, and I'm joined by my colleague Dee McGraw, our Senior Director of Educational Programming. The Learning Network provides the leading clinical addiction events, including the National Conference on Addiction Disorders East and West, and recently the West Coast Symposium on Addictive Disorders and the Cape Cod Symposium on Addictive Disorders joined our family. Dee, we have quite a few things to talk about. What are some of the topics people should be expecting to hear about?
A new one this year is going to be the implications of COVID. We have a lot of folks who are asking and seeing in their practices and their treatment facilities some of the fallout from that. Chronic pain and medication, another topic that always is one that is ever changing, and we'll have updates on that one. Spirituality is also a good one, as we've been looking over the last year and a half as to how everyone's managing with what we have. So we'll be checking with that. We have a really good one on gender issues and a very interesting one on device management. And those are just a few of the topics that we have.
Yeah, you mentioned device management, Dee. I think you're referring to gaming addiction and the constant use of internet technology, gaming technologies. We'll have sessions on that at all of our events coming up this year. I think the pandemic has probably really exacerbated people's use of technology. Wouldn't you agree?
Absolutely. And initially, I think we were looking primarily at the adolescent population and how it was initially impacting them, and they're in school. Anxiety was through the roof, and they were tying a lot of that to some of not just the device management, but a lot of the social media aspects of that. I think the pandemic has really brought it to a much broader scope, as we see a lot of parents managing with that, just workplace situations, Zoom fatigue, just a tremendous amount of issues that are coming out of that. And just to think a general awareness of how that's impacting people's mental as well as physical health, I think is really going to be needed for our folks.
Yeah, you know, Dee, the CDC has reported that unfortunately we've crossed the grim milestone of having the most overdoses ever recorded. We're hearing plenty of stories about increased incidences of suicide. You know, we've often said this might just be the most important year yet for our conferences in terms of delivering education to professionals. What are you really looking forward to about getting back in person in the coming months?
I think as I talk to people about our exhibitors and our sponsors and some of the attendees and letting them know about this, some of the most important things for our folks, I think, is really going to be about the networking and really about coming back together as a field. I think we realize how much nurturing that we do for each other, and the implications of being without, I think, has left a lot of us, and me included, very vulnerable to feeling isolated or feeling not connected to folks. This was a huge part every year of what myself and my team look forward to, was being with all of our friends that we've had for 20 years. And that's been huge. It's been a huge loss, and there's grief in that too, of missing the opportunity to be with our folks. So I think that's going to be really something that's huge. It's incidental to the educational component, but I think it will be really impactful as people are able to get together and really find comfort and solace in each other, and then to learn from each other as well. So I'm really looking forward to seeing all of our friends again.
Well, Dee, I am looking forward to seeing you as well for the first time in a couple years. And ladies and gentlemen, I hope you can join us as well at the West Coast Symposium, the Cape Cod Symposium, and the National Conferences on Addiction Disorders East and West this summer and this fall. For more information, please visit our conference websites, and we look forward to seeing you soon.